I, a creator that has been on YouTube for over a decade now, as in, I remember back when you had to write an essay and apply to the YouTube creator program, type old. A creator that has been active on the platform that long is the subject of political persecution by YouTube as it pertains to their new firearms policy. I told you guys this is going to happen. I made a couple of videos on it. Well, I finally got popped today, and I want your guys' help. What I would like you to do is listen to the evidence that I'm going to submit to you, where I can prove to you that I am being politically targeted because the YouTube policy does not jive with reality. It is antithetical to reason and reality. It does not exist in a frame of reference that is copacetic with law or anything else out there except for politically targeting somebody for something that, for whatever reason, you just don't like. All that and more after I take a quick capitalism break. I am going to put a sponsor on this video because YouTube is stealing from me because they have age restricted one of my videos. It basically can no longer make revenue in any appreciable way. I will be tracking the financial trend on that video. It was a very popular video, and it was recently the subject of a political hit piece by Media Matters. So it doesn't strike me as odd whatsoever that this particular piece was targeted by YouTube, because it's been targeted in the past by people who don't know jack all about firearms that are writing or influencing policy. So real quick break, and I'll be right back. I'll show you what I got. All right, you want to know something new that's really lame? This video keeps getting demonetized because it has an excess sponsorship and it has a picture of a site. So can't do that anymore, apparently, because that makes somebody mad. So today's video is brought to you by Excess Sites. I've been using their sites for forever. They're awesome, and you should look into them. Special thanks to Excess Sites for making today's video possible. So absolutely lame. And you wonder why platforms like Rumble are really gaining ground on YouTube. You can help me by commenting down below. Let me know what you think about the information I'm about to present to you. So here's where I got dinged. It's the video about the FG15 grip that has a crank in it. Again, doesn't modify the trigger whatsoever. It's not technically a trigger, it's a grip, but semantics, you know, that I don't expect anybody to be able to make that leap who already can't make the rest of the leaps that we're going to make today, because clearly the synapses are not firing together. So I got dinged for that video. Let's look and see what the policy says. Sometimes content doesn't violate our policies, but may be inappropriate for viewers under 18. Content showing the use of a homemade firearm, an automatic firearm, or any of the below accessories. Accessories that convert a firearm to automatic fire, such as a bump stock, which last week was determined by the Supreme Court of the United States to not be fully automatic. Just thought I'd throw that out there. We'll skip to drop-in auto sears, which should be the subject of this policy if we wanted to be, again, in reality. You could say that drop-in auto sears are a fully automatic conversion, some of which are legal, some of them are not for some people. It depends on the circumstance, but again, we're making big leaps here with people's ability to understand this, particularly, obviously, the people who are writing the policies at YouTube have no idea what the heck they're talking about. But let's go back to the Gatling trigger. The Gatling trigger is expressly stated by the ATF as something that is not fully automatic. And here is the determination by the ATF. You can find it just by typing in Gatling and ATF into Google. Again, regardless of the fact that this is not a trigger, it's a grip, we'll give them that one because, again, they're already lagging super behind here. They're not fully automatic. And the whole thing about simulated fully automatic, that was thrown out of court years ago as something that doesn't exist and is not a point of contention. So don't even go there. Simulated automatic fire does not exist. These things that they've labeled as fully automatic are not fully automatic. I've shown you where the regulatory bodies and the Supreme Court have told you where these things are not fully automatic. So the only thing that you can come to is either ignorance, which is fine. If they're ignorant of it, they don't know, then reverse the policy. You change it right now. And okay, cool. Well, you made a mistake. Or it's politically motivated because they don't like those things. Or somebody somewhere has leaned on them to say, oh, we don't like those things. So make a policy about it. And we know how these policies work. They start out with age restriction, and then they start marching them back the opposite direction. YouTube, what you are doing is illegal. You have currently claimed in open court that you are a platform, a public forum, and that you should maintain Section 230 protections pertaining to that kind of status. If you are claiming that status, then you can only regulate content on your platform for the same thing that the FCC would regulate television programs, things like pornography, obscenity, graphic violence, things like that. This is clearly political motivated persecution and censorship of otherwise legal content or content that displays otherwise legal activities. You are wrong, and you should delete this policy immediately and reinstate this video as just a general status video. Anyway, that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to leave a comment down below now that I've given you the information. Is YouTube wrong here? And if you feel so inclined, please send this out to any medium personalities that might be interested in covering the story. I would be happy to do any kind of interviews if anybody would like to hear more about it from a technical perspective as far as what these things actually mean from somebody who actually lives and works it every single day, not just somebody who sits in an office and makes up words all day. My blood pressure's through the roof right now, and I can feel some spasming. Oh, if I have to go to the hospital over this. Ooh.